Hello traders, the US 30 on a daily time frame is currently trading in a very small range, and on price action level it formed a triangle pattern. So join me as we take a look at the charts. Hello traders, my name is Jacques and we're currently taking a look at US 30 on a daily time frame. Now as you can see, the market over the last few months made a very strong move and push to the downside with bigger swings as well, and then the market started breaking the previous lows and previous highs and started to form higher highs and higher lows. And that was up until a few weeks ago when the market started making this consolidation formation. So this is basically where the market doesn't have direction, as in this case, but the market is basically just oscillating sideways. Now, what's more to that is that the range of this sideways movement got smaller and smaller. So instead of being boxed in, it basically forms a triangle. Now this is usually a good indication that there might be a strong breakout on the cards for the US 30. Now when we take a look at some of the important support and resistance levels, we have our 35417 level. We also have the 34 and 33 levels over here, and then we have the 32471 level down below here. Now these are all very important levels, and when we take a look at past price action, we can see whenever price enters this area over here, that's basically from the 33566 all the way to the 34288 level, there's usually some very interesting and strong price action moves. So take note that this band, if I can call it like that, this band, the support and resistance area, is for US 30 a very important one. Now taking a look at our oscillators, not much here. It basically confirms our sideways movement. We can see that the RSI oscillator basically moves close to and around our 50 level. So this here is a good indication or confirmation that the market is basically moving sideways. Now when we take a look at stochastic is a wonderful oscillator to find those turning points in price action. So when you look at this, you can see over here, it basically coincides with a lot of our turning points. Down below here, we had that turning point there, another one over here, and of course, this one over here. So all of this you can see really coincides with those turning points, and it helps us it's just that little bit of extra confirmation. When we take a look at the charts, we basically want to make the bulk of our decisions from price action, because that's the main thing, all right? We're not going to make or lose money based off oscillator movement. We're either going to make or lose money based off price action movement. So this is very important that we always value price action much higher than we do the oscillators. However, the oscillators does help to basically, when we're not that sure, to add that bit of confirmation. Right, now let's take a look at more recent price action. When we take a look at again at our stochastic oscillator, we can see it basically just came out of the overbought zone, the 80 zone, and it is currently trading at these very important levels, as well as the top trend line of our triangle. So basically, if we have to summarize the daily time frame of US 30, it will basically be that the market is currently forming a triangle, and that the volatility is getting a little bit lower, and this might indicate a possible breakout in future on the daily time frame. That does not, however, mean that we're looking for breakouts on a lower time frame. So I'm going to basically jump down to the 1 hour time frame, and I'm going to keep the current chart so that we can have our trend lines and triangle pattern as well. So when I jump over to the 1 hour time frame, I'm going to zoom out quite a lot just to have a bird's eye view at first, so you can see our triangle pattern. We have our support and resistance levels over here, and price basically moved up. Or let me get the pen here. Price basically moved up, and it basically touched this very important level over here, as well as the trend line, and now price is currently trading in this vicinity. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and we see if we can find any potential setups on the lower time frame as well. So zooming in, when we take a look at this, we can see a few things. Right, like I said, we have the touch over here, but on closer inspection, this candlestick is a very strong reversal candlestick pattern. And this is called a shooting star. So we have a shooting star on the support and resistance and on the triangle, top triangle trend line. So this on its own is a very strong indication that the market might be heading down on an hourly time frame. Looking again at our oscillator, our RSI, not that much over here that we can see. It's basically ranging between 30 and 70, something that we can expect in a market like this, a sideways market where there's not that clear direction. However, looking at our stochastic oscillator, just at first glance, not much you can see. We have this high over here, but it's not even above or close to 80. But if you take a deeper look, there's something very interesting that happened here. And I'm just going to add a few lines to make this very clear. We have a high in price over here, and then we have another high over there. Now, when we go down to the corresponding highs in the stochastic oscillator, we find something like this. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is called divergence. So this is where price is making higher highs, but the oscillator is making lower highs. Now, this in itself is again a very strong reversal signal, and this together with the support and resistance, with a trend line touch, with a big candlestick pattern here, seems that the market is hinting to move to the downside. Now, our potential target can be the middle of the triangle, which will be more or less this level over here, right? So this can be, if you're very conservative, this might be a first potential target. Alternatively, if the market reached the 35566 level, this can be another target, or as the market usually does when it touched the opposite side of our triangle, or at least comes very close to it. You can, so basically in this vicinity here, you can close the position as well. So ladies and gentlemen, let us summarize. On a daily time frame, the US 30 basically forming that triangle. When we look at the hourly time frame, we can basically see a very strong reversal candlestick, the shooting star. We see the support and resistance, the top trend line of the triangle, and then we see this phenomenon called divergence, where price makes higher highs, the indicator makes lower highs, and this all adds to our bias that the market might be heading to the downside. And this all, of course, can stay intact if the market stays below the 34288 level. Once the market violates this level to the upside, all of this analysis is obviously null and void and will take an upward bias, since the market will then be in a breakout out of the triangle. But should the market stay below the 34288, we can expect a potential move to the downside. So ladies and gentlemen, that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, safe trading.